It's InfoWars Nightly News, Monday, the 28th day of November, 2011, and we're in our final segment here tonight. And rarely would I have a guest on the radio show and then have him back on the TV, but Gerald Celente got breaking news towards the end of the interview today, at the end of the radio show, that is just amazing. A month into MF Global and Corzine now saying that $3 billion is missing. First it was $600 million. And saying that they wouldn't tell the public where the money had gone. The trustees knew, but sorry, you can't be told. He got in the mail the letters from them explaining that there'd been a statement correction. And this is a new form from my research of a run on the bank. It's an internal run on the bank, or almost what you'd call a bank holiday, where they just for a month said, we don't know what's going on, just wait, it'll be all right. Some of you won't get your money, some will. Oh, now there's a correction. Something different happened in your account. Unbelievable. And I've got Reuters articles, you name it, where this is shaking the commodities market, not just here, but worldwide, and shaking other markets as people say, wait a minute, is anything safe with these people? So joining us for the next 15 minutes is top trends forecaster from the Trends Journal, Gerald Celente. Gerald, thanks for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure, Alex, as always.
Well, this is big breaking news. I mean, you're now being given a new flim-flam story. For almost a month, you were told that just don't worry about it. Now they've got a story for you because the MF Global thing won't go away. Break it down for laymen like myself and people out there, what happened to you and the new information.
Yes, and I'm doing this also so people realize that anything they're told by any bank, brokerage, insurance company, the government, anything that they're told, it's not worth the paper it's printed on. And so here's what happened with me with MF Global. This past April, I bought gold contracts for December delivery. That meant in April, gold was selling for $1,443 an ounce when I bought it. I bought it at that price with the expectation, as everybody that's been listening to me knows, that the price was going to go up. So this is a good way for me to buy it. I make the agreement, we have a contract, I put down a deposit, and then when December comes, which is just a couple of days away, I get delivery of my gold. That's the story, and that's the way it used to work. As you mentioned, the entire commodities market and options market is shaking at its foundation. No one has any trust in them anymore. Why? Here's why. The money was emptied out of my account. I had what they call a segregated account. It's in violation of the law to go in and steal money out of people's accounts. It breaks the sacred trust of the commodities future trading that has been going on for centuries. It's never been done before. When it has been done, it's been corrected by the exchange, which they're not doing now, the CME Group, formerly the Commodities, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Although they said they guarantee it, we sent out a video with the words from Terrence Duffy, the CEO, you had it posted there on your site, saying that they're the guarantors and they're guaranteeing nothing. So now they empty out my account. Now, actually on November 30th, I am permitted now to take delivery of my gold contract. So I get on the phone. They changed my account. They shifted it over to a new brokerage. As I've been telling people, the former broker I used to have was Lind Waldock. They were bought out by MF Global. As this statement shows that I have in my hand, I have December 11th COMEX gold at $1,443 an ounce. So I'm going to send a check now for the gold. I no longer have that money in my account, by the way, and I had 6 figures in there. They stole it. They took it out of there. It's gone. Oh, it's not really gone. It's in the hands of a trustee. Oh, yeah, you know, a trustee.
And now they're saying even though the money you put up to buy the gold that you purchased in the futures market, they're saying that's gone, but
that's gone.
They're saying, but on top of us taking your money, send us another check, and then maybe you'll get gold at current prices.
Right. So now if I want that December gold that I agreed to buy, so how many was that? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, all of these statements that I got that says 1,443? No, Celente, you're out of your mind. You're stupid. I got one from R.J. O'Brien, the new brokerage firm that's holding my account. It's not 1,443, imbecile. All those other statements, no. It's $1,765.10 because it's a corrected statement.
Oh.
All those other ones I've been getting, those were uncorrected statements. They're only for jerks and morons.
Wait, so let me get this straight. Oh, now I understand.
You got it?
Now I understand Reuters and Bloomberg and all them admitting that this is unprecedented theft. They were all wrong. Don't worry about the $3 billion that was $600 million. Don't worry about it. Corzine is a genius. It was a corrected statement. That's why they took all the money out of your account.
Exactly. It's a corrected statement. You can't make this crap up. You cannot make this up, and you can't get away with it. And you're you or anybody listening out there. You got to be a member of the White Shoe Boys Club to get away with it. You got to be a member of the Goldman Sachs gang, the Citigroup criminals. You know those people. They never do anything wrong. You know all those foreclosures that they signed? They didn't do it. They had a robo-signer doing it. Those statements that I was getting, that was my imagination. Here's the corrected statement. Get it this straight, everybody. They're going to rob you like they robbed me, like they robbed your house, like they're robbing pension programs and benefits. They're cleaning you out, and the game is rigged. You know, we're the only country in the so-called civilized world that has judges that come from political parties. You get it? Political parties. The Gambinos, the Bananos, Dutch Schultz, Meyer Lansky, Judge this and that. They're all members of the party. It's the Communist Party, but no. We got to give it its right name. Communists, they had the illusion that everybody shared. Let's call this what it is. Fascism, the merger of state and corporate powers. The judges are in cahoots with the crooks. They stole my money and 30,000 plus other people's, and they're going to get yours. This whole thing is collapsing, but don't worry, when you have nothing left, you'll get a corrected statement.
Oh.
And everything will be fine.
Well, let's expand on that. It came out even on CNN that Bank of America was taking houses that had been bought in cash a decade before that they never even owned a piece of with fraudulent derivatives, and they still go and take them, and the courts let them. And it's come out that the state courts and federal courts are ruling, hey, you know what? It's okay you robo-signed on hundreds of thousands. It's okay you went into court and took houses that you didn't owe that weren't even in trouble. And it's okay that you sold to each other the same house 10, 15, 20 times in derivatives. It's now reached total la-la land, and they've done this to you. Gerald, where do you go from here, A? And then, B, what effects do you think this is going to have on global markets? I mean, doesn't this signify a new level in fraud and corruption?
Yes, it couldn't be clearer. A corrected statement. It's going to happen in every instance that you could think of. Where am I going? There's not a lot of places to go. By the time I sue and all of that, you know, what am I going to collect when I'm dead and get pennies on the dollar? What I'm saying, Alex, is that the entire system is collapsing. I have two beliefs as to why this hasn't been fixed. And again, very important, the entire global commodities and option markets are being destroyed. Only a complete imbecile would ever trade with any of these people again. Remember, this is unprecedented. This has never happened before in the history of commodities future trading. Never, 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 ever. And I'm saying that because, number one, either Terry Duffy, the head of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CME, or is it the Chicago Mafia Enterprise? Again, you have that videotape that we sent you of him saying that they are the guarantors, that a customer's never lost money. Hey, Terry boy, I've lost a bundle and you keep taking more from me. So who's going to trust these guys? Number one, so the whole system's collapsing. That's happening now over in the commodities sector. Bam! You see what's going on over there in Europe? They just downgraded Belgians' creditworthiness. You know why? Because they're bailing out a big bank, Dexia, French-Belgian bank, another group. And again, I got to use the right language here, excuse me. Another loan shark. It's costing the Belgian people 15% of their GDP to bail this bank out. They don't have the money. There's no money out there. So the CME group either doesn't have the $100 billion that they said that they have as collateral because they can't come up with, at first it was 700 million, or they don't have the gold. And I believe it's a combination of the two.
Exactly, but Gerald, and you predicted this, many others did in the last year, that they were going to have problems. But the fact that the system wouldn't even come up with it, as you pointed out, there's been problems before, but the system always pays the money out because it will destroy the confidence. I mean, you talked last week with me about the tens of billions of dollars that they admit in the news of people pulling out and farmers pulling out. So this is definitely costing these people a lot of money. And I think loan sharks is too nice a term. You bail out the bankers themselves, and then they take your country over because you've signed on to their debt. Or they just come in and buy up brokerage firms and then take the money out. I mean, that's worse than loan sharking. That's mean to loan sharks. This is just out and out robbery, but because it's done, like you said, in a white shoe boy way of through processes and stress tests and the enlightened ones, it's okay somehow.
Oh yeah, look, I called the broker. So what kind of baloney is this? Oh, you don't understand what happened. No, you don't understand. Let me make this really clear. I have a contract that says I bought this stuff at $1,443 an ounce. And you send me this crap? What am I, a moron? You know, tell it to your kid. Don't tell it to me. I want to talk to your boss. Well, you're going to hear the same thing. What am I going to hear, another lie? Another lie? Where's the prostitutes? Where's the fourth estate? They're pleading the fifth. Nobody will go after the CME group. Oh, by the way, check it out, Alex. Check it out. In Illinois, you know, that wonderful state where the Chicago machine is there. The CME group, you can't make this stuff up. They're asking for a $100 million tax break because of all the jobs that they create. And what a wonderful organization it is. And now those politicians are going to be voting on it in a few days. So after they take your money, then they take the taxpayers' money and give it to Terry Duffy and the Chicago Mafia Enterprise.
Incredible. Gerald, again, they're now saying it's over $3 billion. It was, 600 million, 1.2, $3 billion, growing. And it does signal a new time when they just now say, well, we've corrected your account. At first they admitted, yeah, we took it, we were going to find it. Now it's like, we found it. It was a little exchange problem, all because Corzine bet 40-1 on those European bonds. But that's okay, because we can just take Celente's money. I mean, they are biting off more than they can chew. They are going a mile too far. And we've only got a few minutes left with you, because I know you have another interview coming up with a reporter. But I want to, in a moment, play the clip of Duffy that you're talking about that we put in an Infowars.com article, because you were kind enough to send us this clip of him saying, you know, we have these trillions of dollars of backup and this could never happen. We have all these assets and they can't even pay back $3 billion in people's private accounts they took, where you put it in to buy it and they say sorry, and then have the nerve to send you a letter saying, now give us money, we'll give you that gold you already paid for. It's like you pay for a car and you go, can I have the keys? And they go, oh, well, we're keeping that, but you can buy the Mercedes again. Or you can buy the the Ford again, and then they have the prostitutes and trolls say, well, that's what you get when you buy something in the market. You know, that's not fraud, because Corzine did it, and he's one of the anointed ones. But here's a letter I got. Hello, I heard Alex talking about countries printing notes to keep pace with hyperinflation, and I actually researched this. The guy's right. Enclosed is the largest note in existence, and it's true. The Zimbabwe $100 trillion note, in fact, I meant to order one of these, but a listener sent us one, valued at about $5. Enjoy. And so nice listener, a PrisonPlanet.tv member sent us that. And here it says $100 trillion Zimbabwe. And this is the largest bill in existence. Now, in other countries, it's not been as bad, but it's still devastating. And this is where we're moving. So they're going to rob us that way. But is this not, Gerald, like a bank holiday? Because for a month, they just say, Gerald, we don't know where your money is, but we'll figure it out. And, yeah, we may give you some of your money back, or maybe none. And farmers are losing 100,000, 30,000. They're in the news. It's not just gold futures, it's corn, it's everything. And now they just going to, you know what, we're just going to issue them statements saying it's corrected. But not only are they going to keep all your money you put in when you made the bet right with your money, your purchase, now they're going to send you another bill saying pay for it again. So in closing, what's this going to do to the markets? What are we going to look like in 6 months? What does this signify, and what do you think about the $100 trillion situation? Because when is that real bank holiday going to come? When they close the banks for a week or maybe a month, and then they tell you, oh, by the way, the dollar's been cut in half again. We're not just going to slowly devalue it. And that's the way it is, suckers.
Well, again, they're not only telling me that I have to buy it again, they just upped the price.
Wow.
They upped the price. We're talking for 100 ounces over $30,000. You know, and I work hard for my money. I'm no silver, spoon guy.
So it's triple. They took the first money, then they sent you a bill for it at a higher price than the contract you signed.
Yeah, so where's it going? Your money, as far as I'm concerned, isn't safe with anybody. I don't care who the name is. And look at the history. You know, the Goldman Sachs gang, the Merrill Lynch mob, the Lehman boys. How many more times do you have to see yourself getting screwed before you know you're getting screwed?
Final point.
And again, I played it safe, and I got shafted.
Yeah, you were getting physical delivery.
Yes, I believe that the crash is going to come sometime early in 2012, after they sucker everybody into spending the money that they don't have on the Christmas holidays. I believe it with all my heart, because I believed it was going to happen under Obama in 2009. And then I was doing research, and I saw Corzine, Joe Biden talking to Corzine, telling him that they were thinking of a bank holiday in 2009. It's there for everybody to watch. Go to YouTube, Biden, Corzine, it's there. And I believe that with Europe unraveling the way it is, with the problems that China is going to be facing, with the intractable problems we have in the United States, they're not going to be able to solve these problems, and they're not going to be able to cover it up anymore. The MF Global is a harbinger, and everybody should understand it. This is not an isolated incident. How many more do you have to back up to see it happen? Remember Washington Mutual. How about Wachovia? Remember IndyMac. You go around the world, Anglo-Irish, Dexia, one after another.
And let's go back briefly.
Names come and go.
Let's go back briefly because I know you got to go here. Gerald, 2 weeks ago you said that when they first took the money out of your account that was in there for months, paid for, delivery, you bought it at $1,400, went up to $1,700, you did great, made a good decision, it's paid for. They take it, and without even telling you your money's gone, they call up and go, there's no money now in your position. You know, they're claiming you basically got to buy this. And I think that's the next shoe. They're not only saying, okay, we got it for your delivery, they're now probably going to sue you and say, yeah, we took your money. Now you got to buy it, not just for what your contract said, but for even more.
No, they won't be able to do that. What they do is they just close your positions out, as they did with my other ones, because I wouldn't come up with another margin call. So they emptied out my account, said I had no money in it, and then closed out my other positions. And I had enough money left to cover this one, just the margin. So no, they just close you out.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. And they're going to start new wars as a diversion. They're going to try anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to play this clip.
Look how they kept, look at that Bloomberg rolled out the other one. You know, the guy, you know, he had pebbles and rocks and wire, and he was going to blow up the Empire State Building, you know. I mean, come on, they're going to come up with anything.
Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, these criminals have learned over the centuries how to steal money by hyperinflation. They've learned how to have bank holidays, and they've also learned how to have a process. As long as it's a robo-signer, they can take your house that's paid for, even though they never even had the deed. As long as they claim it's some process screwed up. And now, after a month of not knowing where the now $3 billion is, they're saying, hey, it's a corrected statement. Okay? Doesn't matter you have contracts. Doesn't matter we took your money. That's it. We corrected it. It's like walking up and blowing somebody's brains out for no reason and saying, I corrected you. Again, it's this mind game they're playing. And we've got this Terrence Duffy, the head of the Chicago Mercantile, now the CMT, and his group's been criticizing Celente and others. How dare you conspiracy theorists not like what's happening? I mean, they'll use they'll walk up and punch you right in the nose, break your nose, and go, if you don't like that, you're a conspiracy theorist. If you don't like being drugged behind a truck, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's now reached Alice in Wonderland proportions. And here's the clip that Gerald sent us last week that we put in an InfoWars article that got a lot of attention. Here he is, and we'll get Gerald's comment on this in closing. Just telling everybody, don't worry, it's all 100% backed, except if we have changed your statement, and then everything's okay. Here's that clip.
Last year, we traded 2.6 billion contracts, representing an underlying value of more than $800 trillion. And since we are the guarantor of every transaction that happens in our markets, we have to guarantee the performance of each and every one of these contracts, which means facilitating the transfer of $800 trillion of risk. To do this, we hold more than $100 billion of collateral to support the transactions that are being done in our markets.
Absolutely incredible. Gerald, in closing, 2 minutes, break down what we just saw there. I mean, you look at that video, they look like something out of a Goodfellas TV show or something. I mean, they just drip with arrogance, with sliminess. I mean, it is incredible. And my God, if they're getting away with this now, what's next, Gerald?
Again, you know, I don't speak the King's English, but I could understand that, you know. What am I missing here? We're the guarantors. We guarantee all the transactions. We have $100 billion in collateral to make sure everything goes well. Where's the money? Where's the dough? How come you stole my money, Duffy? Where's the money you said you were going to guarantee? I traded with you in good faith. That's over a year ago they played that clip. We said that. How come nobody's holding their feet to the fire? You know why? It's the same kind of crap with that pig, Pike, who was walking, spraying little kids sitting down with pepper spray. What, do you need a jury to find out if the guy is pepper spraying innocent people? Oh, no. I'm the chancellor. We're going to have a hearing on this in 90 days. We're going to look into it. That's the same kind of crap with this Duffy. Where the hell is the money? You said you guarantee it. What the hell is the big story here? How come the prostitutes aren't calling him out? I'll tell you why. Because they're paid off, or they're little wimps. That's why. And this whole country this is a metaphor for everything that's going on. Just like those kids sitting down there getting sprayed and not moving, it's the same thing, everybody there. Your money in the bank, they're going to rob it from you. Like they've done before, they're doing it now, and they're going to do it again.
It is incredible. And finally, what the Chicago Sun-Times did to a little blurb admitting that they said it was guaranteed, they're going to destroy themselves and everybody else along with them. And you're right, a nation of sheep will be ruled by wolves. Gerald Celente, of course, trendsresearch.com. I know you put out a special trend alert today breaking all this down. How can people find out more?
Trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com. And remember, everyone out there, you know you're having a difficult time. If your finances are tight, just let us know. There's a discount request form. We want to prepare you for what's going to happen ahead. Because if you listen to the prostitutes to lead you, boy, you better be ready for what's coming up in the new year. Because I've been in this business 30 years, Alex, and I've never been more worried than I am now.
Yeah, you've been investing in those futures for, you said, since the 70s, and now the
78. My first buy of gold was $187.50 an ounce.
Unbelievable. They're definitely getting reckless, and their chutzpah is going to run out.
I want to mention this quickly, Alex, if we have time. This is not a gold bubble in my belief. As I mentioned, I've been buying gold since then. I went through the bubble of the 1980s. This is a very different time. Back then, there was no China. There was no Russia in the markets. There was the Soviet Union, and the Chinese still had rickshaws. There was no globalization. There wasn't a meltdown all over Europe. There wasn't the euro. It's a whole different time. Everybody I know in Greece, in Italy, all the people that I know, they're all getting their money out of the bank, and a lot of them are buying gold. This isn't the bubble that they want you to believe it is, because they want you to buy into their cheap money. Their paper money that isn't worth the
So they can steal it and devalue it and screw you 700 ways.
You got it.
Well, Gerald, at least we're here as a testament to who the real criminals are. And it's incredible you've been predicting they'd steal accounts, but not your brokerage where you're trying to, you've already paid for it. And then they sent you a corrected statement. My God, it's unbelievable. Gerald Celente, thank you so much. We'll continue to check in with you. Thanks for spending time with us.
Hey, thank you.
Wow, folks. I mean, it is so incredible to see this, continue to unfold. Just absolutely makes my head spin.